Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bullish's Top Stocks to Watch for this short week and why. Before we jump into it, as always, a couple things. Hey, these are only my opinions. Do your own due diligence, and two, follow. Give us a sub here. Also, real underscore bullish wherever you get your social media poison. Love talking and engaging. All right, I'm gonna try to do this in 15 minutes or less. That's what she said. Okay, we got that out of the way. Let's go into it. The first one I'm gonna look at is Uber, and Uber to me I've been wanting to come back to for a while, but actually Motley Fool this week on their industry focused podcast, which shout out to them because they have a lot of good ideas. They're not really like looking for the next day or the next week. They're looking like value in terms of general. So the time horizons for these are a little bit different. So I had to figure out how to play these call outs, especially when they're good. But definitely they're not looking at the next day, week. They're looking month over month, year, next couple years, and also industry leaders in general. They called out Uber, and I thought that was really interesting because I wanted to circle back for Uber. But also, they're coming out of this microclimate or macroclimate, sorry, in terms of COVID in a really strong area of position. We'll go into the charts and why I'm kind of mixed about it, but kind of like it originally. But anyways, Uber just had some earnings not too long ago, I think a couple weeks ago, and basically, the revenue's up quarter, but down year over year. So that's not pretty in terms of but it's Uber. They're losing money hand over fist. But their CEO was recently, I think earlier in the year, was on like CNBC, and he said they expect they expect to be profitable sometimes in 2021. I like a lot of the things that they're doing. Specifically, I like how strong they're coming out of COVID with acquisitions and the acquisition front. So like Postmates and like Drizzly was a new one. They bought Drizzly for basically 1.1 billion. That's not a lot. That's not a lot considering the company Uber itself is valued at like 110 billion. But also it's a mostly or if not all stock deal. So they're actually paying for it. It's going out of their stock, which I love that. But also, yeah, they're showing that they're willing to go into delivery in the aspect. So mobility is getting you from A to B. Delivery is getting shit delivered to you, and they're making a big bet on delivery. And I think that's what's going to differentiate them two ways. It's going to differentiate them from Lyft because Lyft really they can only get you from A to B, but also DoorDash they can also deliver stuff to you. So Uber is the winner to me when this is all said and done. And that's what I've been waiting for to kind of see because they were kind of racing to the bottom for a long time, saying, "Hey, we're going to give you promo codes, blah blah blah." But consumers they don't give a shit if you give like they're going to switch, in terms of what they're going to use. If I'm going out, I'm going to say, hey, what's cheaper, Lyft or Uber? But also when you start incorporating all those different things like delivery, mobility, shit like that, groceries and stuff like that, and you start layering, which they already have, they have layering in like passes where of all those things you get a discount if you sign up for their monthly, subscription deal, right? And they have all those things that they can do. They're actually an interesting thing to me. Their monthly subscription, they have about 5 million monthly subscribers over 16 different countries. So I think that that's going to be a further area for them to expand. Like I said, delivery, mobility, they're kind of doing the best of both. So I think that's why they're coming out of COVID a lot stronger versus Lyft, who was their main rival for mobile, getting you from A to B, but they can only do that thing. So I think coming out of COVID, they're not going to be as strong as Uber. And that's kind of what I was waiting for. I didn't play with this IPO for either of those, but what I was waiting to see who the winner was going to be. And I think that they industry focused Molly Fool, like I said, they had a good they had a good argument on why you should be bullish on Uber, even though they're losing money right now, hand over fist, but they have a way to expand beyond that. So their combination of delivery, mobility, but also users subscribing and users staying stickier on their platform. And anyways, let's go into the charts. I have that up for a while, teasing a little bit. Also, the charts aren't the best, but they're not the worst either. I like me, I like to look at the month level first and then step forward in time. So basically, looking at the month, there's a clear channel going up. What I like about it is making new higher highs and higher lows. High, high, high. It's going higher. The low, low, low is going higher as well. What I like about that, they had a really strong base, but also this company's only been traded since like May of last year. So really, really fucking fresh. Oh, sorry, 2 years ago. So super fresh in terms of how long they've been kind of a company at the month level. You don't see a lot of data yet. It takes a while for it to build up other indicators. But what it does show on the week level, stepping through it again, what I like about this, it's in a clear channel. Two things about this that a couple things about this I really like. One I don't like, right? So I don't like that it's at the top of this channel, and it's really respected this channel before. If you look at these lines, hey, it's making great highs, but boom, it hits this channel, it goes back low. But what I also like is it's slowly building up that channel until it hopefully then breaks out. What I like about that is that recently it was having really hard time breaking this 58.56 level. It finally broke that at the week level, tested it again, and then kind of using that as support. Before it was resistance, like here, boom, resistance, resistance, resistance over 3 different weeks. Now it's hopefully support. But what I also love about this is you see that volume over average coming back in. It wasn't there 2 weeks ago, but it was there last week, which I love about that. It kind of extended far off of this 10 EMA, which I like to catch them right here. Didn't actually do that, but for Uber, I'm okay with kind of holding this back for a while to kind of see if that's the case. What I hope that I'm going to watch it, whatever it does this week, but I'm hoping that it holds this line and then kind of carries off from there. I like the RSIs picking up. Like I said, hey, RSI going higher is what I like to do. MACD is coming up. So at the week level, a lot of these things are looking really well, looking really good. And at the day level, like I kind of said before, if you kind of break it down here, hey, it's in this channel, right? It busted over this previous resistance line, 58.84, and it's tested this, almost twice already in terms of is it going to be support. So far it is. Hopefully it kind of holds that line, but I hate buying shit at the top of the channel here because usually when you have a channel breakout, it can be, hey, it's great. It's a new channel that we go through and there's a new pattern that you have to follow, or it's going to shit and it's going to go down, but hopefully it stays at this 59.14 line, which is what I'm looking for as its support. Once it breaks that, I'm gonna have to decide. I have these indicators here, these alerts. Hey, if it goes to this, tell me. If it goes to this, tell me. But hopefully it stays at this really good resistance size. You never want to hope with it, but I have a plan. Hey, I'm gonna probably get into it. I want to see what it does. Monday is not a trading day. See what it does on Tuesday, but it's use this as support. It's at the top of the channel. But anyways, and also at the day indicators, hey, this RSI is going flat. This MACD looks like it wants to pinch a little bit, so we might see another retest of this support line. Hopefully, I want it to hold. If it doesn't, hey, we'll see what happens there because it's a long way down, buddy. Because the bottom of the channel, which is respected before, is all the way down here, $51, $54 potentially if it keeps going. So that's what I'm going to look at. Uber is one. The other one is a repeat from last week. So I'm not going to go into why I like Apple. If you want to, hey, get that last video. I'll link it somewhere. You follow that shit. But what I loved about Apple before, it was at a cup and handle. A cup, like I say, step through the month with me. It's cup, you see this fucking here, you see volume dry up, you see volume come in, heavy volume at the month level, right? You see this bottom of the cup where it stalls out for the sellers, the buyers step in, there's no average, there's no volume yet. At the cup and handle, it breaks and then it retraces back. That's where you get this little handle here. So to me, this is still a cup and handle at the month level. It still has that. So now hopefully we see this rise up because that's what you see. You see boom, you see a back retracement, and then you go up from there. But the month level is still looking good. What I liked about it, I'm gonna just step the week real quick. What I liked about it is it did try to test this resistance or this support that I was looking at last time, 134.28, which I love. Again, at the week level, it's kind of flat. It's gonna stay kind of flat until volume comes in. At the day level, looking at it here, this is the line I wanted to hold, 134.1. This is what I was hoping it was gonna hold. It has so far over the past few days. It tested it a few times. So to me, this is really strong support, but I don't want to see it staying here for too long. I want to see it take off and hopefully start forming that handle. But again, we were looking at that time frame in terms of months. So you don't look at it in terms of week. Just keep that in mind. When you're looking at this cup and handle formation, it's forming at the month level. So don't get too ingrained in the day level. Just have a plan. I know what I'm going to do if it breaks this. Hopefully it doesn't, but as you see, like it's kind of staying flat for a little bit, but I'm waiting for that cup and handle. And at the worst case, I'm holding an Apple bag. I haven't held a really good bag in a long time, a very long time. I haven't held a bag because I have my own selling rules when I'm wrong. And one of the things I was wrong on last week, I was actually right and wrong, but basically I was watching another one from last week. I'm recycling because they have earnings, and I'm not going to go into why because I'm trying to get it in 15 minutes or less. And it looks like I'm going to hit that time mark. 8 minutes, let's go. But anyways, while I was watching the AAP, Advanced Auto Parts, it was in the last video, blah, blah, blah. But what I love about this, well, they have earnings coming up this week on the 16th. Earnings on the 16th. And what I loved about that, and it did do what I wanted to do, but I wasn't following. I took a small loss, but I said in the last video, hey, if it breaks this line here, I'm gonna get out, and that's what it did. It popped over, which was great. I think it was on 210. So 210 was on like Wednesday or something. Yeah, Wednesday. I was not paying attention to my stocks on Wednesday. I should have had a sell order because I would have made a really good profit here, decent profit here. I wasn't watching it. I was actually thinking I was going to outsmart and it was going to go up here, and that's why I had this alert up here. I was testing it. I was going to sell at this level. That's why I have this alert here. It didn't actually go all the way. It came a few bucks close. It came, $3, less than $3 short of what I was going to go for. And then it just fucking sold off. You see this really hard red candle. And I didn't want to I didn't want my green to go to red, so I sold for no, I sold this one for a loss. I was about 2% loss on this because I was thinking about holding it, but I saw these indicators going down. I saw this shitting down. I saw RSI going down. I saw MACD going down at the day level, and then when I was looking at the 30-minute hour level, so I was like, hey, yeah, I saw it right here. I was like, oh fuck, like this is going this is going straight down. This is going straight down. It's not gonna hold. I already knew it wasn't gonna hold support. I was like, fuck this, I'm getting out of it. And that's exactly what I said I was gonna do, and I was gonna and then I was gonna get out for a loss, hopefully less than 5%, which I did, and then see where it's gonna go. This is actually the better scenario. So if I would have bided and waited my time, this was the better. This is actually the price I wanted to get in. As I said last time, I wanted to get in at this support level. The best thing would be at the bottom of this channel because it showed channel support before. So this is actually looking better to me. I'm gonna come out of this red with a bunch of green, but it's just about I'm gonna play a little bit smarter this time and follow a little bit closer and not assume I'm gonna be right. I just wasn't. I made a couple mistakes. But hey, that's the way it could crumble sometimes. But anyways, Advanced Auto Parts, they have earnings on 216. I think that I just read this actual article. The U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, our annual car sales peaked in 2016 and have been on a downtrend since then, with a 16% drop, a 60% sales drop in 2020 from 2019 level. The trend is showing, as I said before, hey, consumers are keeping their car longer and more repairs are going to be needed. Like more, you know what I'm saying? So I think Advanced Auto Parts is a great value, great company. The website's a little shitty, but they do a lot of good stuff, like teaching you how to keep your car. They want to teach you, they want to sell you, they want to teach you. They have a decent app. They're making a lot of good moves. But anyways, I won't get into why. Got 11 minutes. Let's go. 4 minutes up. The last one I'm gonna do is Palantir. I don't need a lot of time for Palantir because you guys know I have the fucking Palantir shirt. I'm a car king member of the Palantir Mafia. They have earnings on 216. So I actually played this 2 Fridays ago, not this Friday, the Friday before. So I actually caught a really good wave on this. But then when I looked into it, I bought Palantir because it was showing support at this level. And I was really excited about it. Yeah, 2.4. That's exactly when I got it. It was about 2.4 here. I was like, hey, this is good channel support. I'm gonna play this. And then when I took the weekend and I read, and I just missed that they had earnings on 216. So Palantir has earnings on 216 again. So 216 is going to be on Tuesday after market close. But the thing about Palantir, they mean this is their second earnings they've ever had. So it's going to be hard to kind of gauge where they should be. So I think the market is not going to react positively for them. Also, 3 days after so I think, what is that? Wednesday, Thursday. So about Thursday or Friday, the lockup period for their shares are going to expire. So basically, if you're holding a bunch of shares, you have another period to sell. Early investors and stuff, they have lockup periods where you have to hold the shares because they don't want to shit the price down, right? You have to hold the shares for a certain amount of time. One of those lockup periods is expiring 3 days after the earnings on 216. So again, that's something that I see that, hey, it's going to be negatively affect the stock price. I was actually going to get out on Monday and I was like, fuck it, I'll take a small loss. It actually went going up. I made a really good gain off of that. But again, what I like about Palantir is channeling, right? It hit this channel. I felt, hey, I can buy at this level. I can sell at this level. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what happened. But then when I see it now, hey, it's going to retest this channel. And I think it might not hold that channel because I'm looking at the day level, channel's going down. Just like we looked when I said, hey, when we looked at Advanced Auto Parts, and I assumed it was going to go down because RSI is not going down levelly. It's going steep down, right? It's a nice angle down. MACD is going down, so I think it might break past this level, which is fine to me because I'm not in right now. And with a bad earnings or earnings that might miss or analysts don't know how to price it yet, combined with the lockup period. Actually, when I was looking up options, there's a 6% implied movement to the straddle price. So basically, people, when you think of options, right, look at the options because it's a really good way to kind of understand the markets in general. But basically, a straddle is people are betting 6% over under what the price is now. You set a price for if it goes lower, if it goes higher. Right now, the straddle price is 6%. So there's a 6% implied movement for the options going up or down. They don't know which way it's going to go. They just say, hey, it's going to be 6% one way or the other. I think it's going to be a 6% movement down, which I am happy about because that puts you at about this 28.61 level that it's held before. I did this as support before because if I go look back, hey, it's held this level really strong. So I want to get it 28, even lower will be better. I'm a long-term Palantir believer. People can say what they want to say about the company. I enjoy it. I had the fucking shirt. It's made me so much money. You just have to know how to trade it. Don't get greedy. Pigs, bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. Don't get fucking greedy. Just try to time it out, right? But for me, I'm really excited for Palantir to watch it again because for me, it's learn how to play. It's been really, 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 really positive for me. So again, I'm gonna go through it again. Uber, right? Uber, not the best, maybe not the best chart, but all the tailwinds were there. Coming out of COVID strong, like beating beating DoorDash, beating Lyft, being the best of both, and then having a subscription service. They already have 5 million customers. I think that's going to be amazing. Apple, again, like I said, hey, Apple, I'm going to be a long-term Apple holder for a long, long time. Advanced Auto Parts, because the earnings on 216, and I think we're going to see it break that, bust that earnings and do really well. But again, even if you have great top bottom guidance, you can still sell off and to be shit. And then also Palantir, because I'm looking for that lockup period and the earnings to kind of shit it out. And y'all have a good day. Peace. 15 minutes. What's up? Whew.